Alright guys, pulling into the next one here. If you guys have been watching, you know which one this is. It's the one with the two next to each other. Beautiful house, beautiful property.
Sounds like a Friends episode.
But I absolutely, love this property. Just a little background. I subcontract this plowing for my cousin, and me and my cousin, well, it's his account, but all right guys, my battery died there, but so my cousin, this is his account, and for as long as I can remember, does all the maintenance here, mowing the lawn, doing cleanups and plowing, and it's just such a beautiful property, guys. Such a beautiful property. I just love being down this driveway, huh, Benny? It's just such a nice scenery around you. So it's actually kind of weird right now. I was actually thinking we were going to get a lot of good content here, because I just waited to do this driveway once because of how big it is. But it looks like the homeowner snowblowed it, the entire thing. They do that sometimes, but they did still ask us to come over here and plow it, which me and Benny were just talking about. It's pretty wild. They're gonna get a full plow charge, but they already did probably 7 out of the 8 inches, huh, Benny? There's really not much here. Not much here at all. So I'm probably not even gonna be getting out to have you videotape this, Benny, but I'm not even pushing up little piles. But anyway, like I was saying about this account, guys, is that it has been with my cousin for a long time. He's got a really good relationship with these people, and that's what business is all about. It's just about getting to know the customers you have and doing things for them sometimes that you wouldn't normally do for people for free or for cheaper, because you always know when the back end is going to come back to you. You're gonna get work out of these people for a long time. And there's going to be times in a contractor's business relationship with their customers that sometimes they're going to lose on a job that they sell to a customer, and then on another occasion they're going to win big time. And that's just what contracting is all about. It's just about establishing relationships and really just understanding you don't have to walk away with every job you do for somebody with 20%, 30% profit margins in your pocket. You know what I mean? You don't have to always be focusing on that. You got to look around and see that this is somebody's property, and that they want to hire somebody to take care of it, and they don't want to keep hiring somebody to take care of it. They want to have one company and have a relationship with them for as long as they live in the house. Because if you have customers always looking for another contractor, what's that saying about us as contractors? Nobody wants to have relationships with us enough to stay with one contractor. And then, like, the reason behind that, in my opinion, is because it's always about the money. It's always about the money. People don't trust most contractors because of the money that one you may be charging, or one you may charge without even talking to them about. And that's gonna sour up a relationship real quick, huh, Benny? Right? If you're a homeowner, dude, of a place like this, and you just feel like everybody that comes in your door is just jerking you around trying to get money out of you, because a lot of people deal with that, dude. That's why I'm saying it's really good, because these guys know what it's like to deal with contractors, and they really like the relationship they have with Mike. What's that tell you when
you get long-standing customers? With you for 10 plus years.
You have a customer for 10 years. Who cares if sometimes you lose a little, not lose money, but like you don't make the profit margins you would like to see. It's like, it's not about that. It's about looking around, like, look at this property here, man. Don't you want to just have to, like, be the one to take care of the stuff if that's what you're in business for?
Yeah.
So it's like, you got to do some things for the customers. You got to give and take with them. You're not going to always lose every situation, but if you go in every situation trying to win big time, they're going to catch on to that, you know, and they're going to be like, every time that this guy's here, it feels like he's just trying to get money out of me. And that's going to make them start talking to other people, you know. And then once they start talking to other people, you know, you got a chance of losing the customer, and then also your name goes down a little bit, you know. They're gonna talk to people. You know, that's what contractors have to realize, especially in this generation right now, is the consumers, the people that are like buying your product, you know, they're really determining your market, you know. They're out there talking to each other. Hey, how's this company, you know, so and so? Well, you know what I heard, or oh, you know what I experienced. You know, these all can go against you. That's where everybody gets their business. 90% of it in this kind of contracting is by referral, word of mouth. You know, you're working in a local base. You're not like this like chain that is like everywhere. You have a very like core market. You know, even if you're servicing 4 or 5 towns, right? Like, it's a very small market, because especially like on Facebook, dude, every town has their own forum. Everybody's talking. You know, your name, if you're out there screwing people, your name's gonna get dropped real quick. You know, people are gonna see it. They'll be talking about it. That's something, if you guys don't realize, contractors out there, if you're trying to become a contractor, you need to be prepared to be in the spotlight, because you start going around as somebody that can do this and can do that. You better know what you're doing, and you know that you know if you can do this or can do that. Can you fulfill the contract that you wrote up? How are you gonna do it? When are you gonna do it? How much is it gonna cost? How much you gotta pay people? What bills do I have? What if the customer doesn't like it? Or what if this happens? What if that happens, dude? Talk about your mind just going freaking bananas. That's what contractors deal with, dude, you know? But if you're, you know, you're somebody willing to do that stuff as a contractor, that's why you're gonna get the jobs. And if you fulfill them, if you do what you said you're gonna do, that word's gonna spread, you know? Yeah, I don't think the GoPro's gonna catch it from this far, but there's deers out back in the woods there, guys. Something that I definitely see a lot is contractors playing games, you know? I don't mean to call any of you guys out there or like be morally holier than thou, but you know, when we do have say a couple town radius, you have a handful of contractors in every kind of trade that's servicing the area, and they get to a point where they're pretty much the Walmart in their town. You know what I mean? If you're like doing really good, everyone in that area knows your name, and that's what you're gonna get hired for. Think about a company in a town, right? Think about a landscape company, a you know, hardscape, construction, even the other trades, plumbing, electrical. You got 20 to 30 vehicles driving around a centralized area day in and day out. You're noticed everywhere, you know? And that brings like power to your name. But it's like, that's not something I'm really interested in. Like, I know that that's the way to really grow your business and like multiply, but I'm just not interested in that stuff. I'm glad there are, because there's people that they employ, you know, it's a good thing. They're doing a good for the community around them. But when they start not doing a good, is price gouging. Not even price gouging, but you know, trying to get every single penny out of every single thing. You know? It's like, that's gotta be like regulated. And you can't even regulate that with the government. That's why you have to regulate it with the market. You regulate it with the people that are in it, you know? And that's what they do. These people that are out here on forums, you know, are leaving reviews. You're pretty much, you know, putting on the record things that you and your company have done, you know, and that builds up. You either build up a good reputation or you build up a bad one. Right, and then guess, you know, even on the other side of it, your reputation with employees, right? Like, you're in a centralized area. A lot of guys have worked for a few different landscape companies in their area, you know, and they know other people that are in those companies. Like me, dude, I have a lot of relationships with other companies, people in the companies, you know. That has its own market. The people that are working, like, oh, I don't want to go work for that company because they don't pay any good money, you know. They pay crappy. Don't go there. It's not a bad company, but they don't pay you enough, you know. And that's something that's huge to guys that are working. If you're a good guy in this industry, you're like, I want to get paid. You know what I mean? This stuff ain't easy, you know. And like, on average, people in this kind of work, this industry, landscaping, hardscaping, construction, you ain't got an agent out there fighting for your rights. You know what I mean? You're pretty much taking the deals that you got because they're limited, you know?
Yeah.
And
you know, you can learn to negotiate.
Yep, and you can negotiate.
You know, worthy of your negotiation, essentially.
But even then, though, like, that's the thing about this industry that I've noticed, you know, and that kind of bugs me, is that, you know, the people, these workers, the guys, there's not really many people out there advocating for them, you know. You have the average income for like a construction worker, or like just your basic stuff, is between $18, and if you're a really, really good foreman in a specialized thing, maybe $30, 35, you know. And you have to work hard for that money, dude. Especially if you're someone in the high teens, lower 20s, dude. It's like, this world just doesn't appreciate that position in life, you know. And that's what bothers me about some of these landscape companies and construction companies. They're putting all this profit in their pockets and like banking everything up and like buying themselves equipment and trucks and everything, with never giving any money back to the guys. No big bonuses, you know. No nothing to give back to the people who are out there making the money, you know. And to the guys that are actually out there in this field, if you know, if you're freaking going around doing this work for people, and everywhere you turn, nobody's freaking really caring much about like your interests, you know. Like at a company where there's a lot of good freaking workers and good foremen, they don't get any like appreciation or money or anything like that, you know, to make it feel like I am appreciated. They end up wanting to move on, you know. And that's why there's such a huge freaking turnover in this industry, you know. Or then you get people that are very loyal to you, you know, the boss and the workers, you know. There are those relationships out there, people that have been working for someone for 20 years because the boss does a lot of things for them, you know, like gives back. Like, hey bud, I see how much money you're bringing to the table, so I'm gonna give you something back off of the table, you know. And I don't think a lot of guys see that. They don't get it. They don't get that from their bosses or their managers, you know. So they just feel like underappreciated and undervalued, right? Like, no one really cares what I'm doing, and it's clear in the pay that they don't care, you know what I mean? It just kind of brings you down after a while. And I think that's what happens so much in construction and in these like landscaping and hardscaping kind of industries, is that happens. And then you know, these guys are miserable. So that, what does that bring? That makes people kind of like lean more on drugs, on alcohol, you know. And then when they do get a little bit of money, they go and they party with it. They go do something, right? Because it's like, well, I'm gonna try to at least live a little. That's what that does to people. And that's in every industry, obviously, but I'm just speaking from like what I see in this industry. you know, I think to me it's just important to do the whole circle in contracting. You need to have good relationships all around. Your material providers, your truck dealership, your small tools dealership, you know, everybody you're like talking to like do the business that you're doing. You need to really nurture those relationships, in my opinion. You can't just expect them to be there. You actually have to like actively pursue a good standing in that relationship, you know? It doesn't just come. You talk to them, talk to your guys. See, because even me getting into owning my own company and everything, it's like, for the past year and a half now, you know, to me what's extremely important is that me and you have a good relationship. You know, if you're you're willing to come work with me every day and work for my company's name, for my company's sake, right? It's like, shit, man, I appreciate that, you know? I appreciate that to like a very high degree, you know? And I definitely try to show it, but I don't think there's many people out there that see it or are trying to show it on the contractor side of it, you know? They say it's hard to find workers, find people that are gonna work. You know, I got tons of work, but nobody to work. It's like, well, everybody knows. Even people that don't work in this industry know what this industry offers for money, you know? And that's why they don't do it. Like, I ain't gonna go do that for that amount of money. They'll go find something else, you know? They'll even work for a little bit less money just to not have to do this. That's a true fact too. You know, so like, what's that say about the market? Well, you contractors, people hiring, you got to open your hand a little bit more. You know, open your hand a little more. And then on the customer perspective, you got to realize, you know, that these guys do deserve the money that they're coming and estimating. You know, they work hard for this, to maintain your property, to do this. So you got to understand that prices can't be like the lowest possible price. You got to work with the contractor, you know? If they give you a price and you just, every time you try to beat it down, they might let you do it just so they can get the job, but you're taking money pretty much out of their pocket and their company's pocket, right? I mean, unless somebody's like extremely higher than, you know, the 3 or 4 other estimates you've gotten, you just got to realize that's the price, right? It's like, unless somebody's like a freaking crazy number bigger, then yeah, then maybe you have to see why. Are they really specialized? Are they this? Are they that? I think people just need to educate themselves a little bit more about any kind of contracting, you know? All right, anyway, guys, this one's done. This driveway's done, and the talk about contracting and stuff is done. I know that was a long video of just real-time plowing, and also just speaking about, you know, my opinion on contracting, about this, that, and the other thing. So tell me what you guys think. I really want feedback. That's why I was just so open and talked about it. Because I know that this isn't like a big percentage of the viewers that are interested in stuff like this, but I think for the contractors or the other companies, it's nice to kind of talk to each other and be part of regulating a good community of contractors that provide good work for the employees, provide good service for the customers, and make good money for themselves so that they can enjoy life and their family. And anyway, again, in the comments, hit me up if you have any feedback or any response or comments on any of the things that I said. Like I said, I'm just trying to be open on my YouTube channel and discuss some real things here and there, you know. It's I like the entertaining stuff, but contracting and this work in this industry is very important to me. I enjoy it. I love it with every bone in my body. So just get at me. I'm looking forward to anybody's feedback. So until the next video, guys, we're going to plow that driveway over there, which is going to be its own video. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video.